Mick Rooney, Radio Espial. This is an update on the Tina Satchwell murder case. Very quickly, the background of this case. Tina Satchwell was an Irish woman who went missing under suspicious circumstances in 2017 in County Cork, Republic of Ireland. Tina Satchwell, from St Bernard's Place in Fermoy, Cork, lived with her husband for almost 28 years, Richard Satchwell, and their two dogs on Grattan Street in the seaside town of Youghal. The couple met when Tina was on a visit to the UK in 1989. Richard moved to Ireland within 10 weeks of the pair meeting. Tina herself disappeared from her home on Monday the 20th of March 2017. She was last seen in public at a car boot sale with her husband in the town of Carrick-Woohill the previous day, which was Sunday the 19th of March. Richard was the last person to see her around 10 a.m. on the Monday morning. He stated that Tina asked him to go to an Aldi store in Dungarvan to buy fish and dog food, and when he returned to their home on Grattan Street in Youghal 2 hours later, he reported that she was gone. He officially reported her missing on Friday the 24th of March, 4 days after he had last seen her. Now, Tina was 45 years of age at the time of her disappearance, and the couple had been married for 26 years. The case quickly moved on last year in October 2023. Very quickly, Tina's remains was found buried under a stairwell toilet, and Richard Satchwell was arrested.
Disappearance of 45-year-old Tina Satchwell from her home in Youghal, County Cork in March of 2017. Well, our Southern editor, Paschal Sheehy, joins us now. Tell us more, Paschal.
Well, Sharon, there have been a number of significant developments here in Youghal throughout the afternoon and the evening. The first of those, the arrest of that man on suspicion of murdering Tina Satchwell just after 5 o'clock this evening. And as we speak, that man is being questioned by investigating Gardaí at a Garda station here in East Cork. The second development happened a few minutes later when Gardaí sealed off and secured a property here in the town. And within the last few minutes, members of the Garda Technical Bureau have finished an extensive search for the night of that property, but they will be back here again in the morning. And the third significant development then is that Gardaí have changed the designation of this investigation from, it had been for the past 6.5 years, a missing persons investigation. Now Gardaí are saying that this is a murder investigation. Now we may know more within the next 24 to 36 hours, but we may not know more either, because the search of the property here in Youghal is certainly expected to continue for a number of days.
A forensic search is continuing at a property in Youghal in County Cork by Gardaí investigating the murder of Tina Satchwell. The 45-year-old woman disappeared 6 years ago in March 2017. A man was arrested yesterday evening on suspicion of murder. Gardaí have 24 hours in which to question him. Paschal Sheehy joins us now from Youghal. So, Paschal, what's the latest on the Garda investigation?
Well, Eileen, that search resumed just before 9 o'clock here this morning when Gardaí moved some equipment onto the scene of the search. There were two mini diggers, one of them with a pneumatic drill attachment. There was also a shredder for heavy vegetation, and a mini skip moved onto the site as well. Now that shredder has been working throughout the morning. It's certainly audible when you pass the site here, which is now cordoned off from public view, but there are several mature trees on the property and they're being removed at the moment. And it's clear that Gardaí, members of the Garda Technical Bureau and local Gardaí who are conducting this search of the site are digging in for a number of days, and there is a number of days' work ahead of them.
after a number of court appearances between late 2023 and 2024, finally, on February the 13th, the Director of Public Prosecution, the DPP, ruled that a British-born truck driver charged with the murder of his wife, whose body was found buried beneath the stairs of a Cork house, will face trial before a judge and jury at the Central Criminal Court in Dublin. Richard Satchwell, aged 57, was remanded on ongoing custody for 4 weeks as he appeared by video link before Judge Brian O'Shea at Clonmel District Court. Richard Satchwell was charged with the murder of his wife Tina, 45 years of age, 3 days after her body was discovered wrapped in plastic and buried beneath the stairwell of a property in Youghal, County Cork, last October 2023. Tina had vanished without trace in March 2017 and was the focus of a major Garda missing person investigation for over 6.5 years. Judge O'Shea was told by Sergeant Tom O'Brien that final instructions on the case had been received, finally, by Gardaí from the DPP. To quote Sergeant O'Brien in court yesterday, February the 13th, the DPP has directed that he is to be tried on a single charge of murder before a judge and jury at the Central Criminal Court. Judge O'Shea confirmed the DPP instruction to the defendant, who appeared before the court via video link. He said that the state will now be afforded time to serve a book of evidence on the defendant and his legal team before return for trial is dealt with by the court. Judge O'Shea explained to Satchwell that a remand of between 4 to 6 weeks would now be considered. He asked the defendant if he would consent to a remand of 4 weeks to allow Gardaí to prepare a book of evidence for service. Satchwell confirmed, saying, "Yeah, I consent." The defendant appeared by that video link in a grey sports top. Judge O'Shea said he would remand Satchwell in continuing custody to appear again by video link before Clonmel District Court on March the 12th next. Following submissions from Aidan Leahy stepping in for defence solicitor Eddie Burke, Judge O'Shea said a date would then be set for the service of book of evidence on the defence. When that date is agreed, the defendant will be remanded to appear in custody before Clonmel District Court for the return for trial to the Central Criminal Court in Dublin. And that's our update. I'm not really going to have any more updates on this case, and I don't really do covering trials as such. Let's see where this trial goes. Will it be later this year? I don't know, absolutely. I will put in comments when a trial date is set, whether it's this year. Believe me, there have been so many delays in this case, it could even be 2025. We'll see. That's the update. Talk to you again soon.